Well, welcome on May. This is May or March? March the 31st, 2022. I appreciate everybody who's going to be joining the Midday News Show. Thank y'all. How y'all doing? I am Willie Williams. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Yeah. I think today Thursday. That's what's up. Say, hey, Willie, the 801 Salt Lake City, Utah, back in the mother for 30 minutes of fire. That's what's up, man. Listen, y'all come on in and say, watching out of Dallas, Texas in the building. Say, hey, Willie Sugar, say, always working hard for my favorite Florida cat daddy. That's what's up. Say, much love, Willie. Get the bag, bro. That's what's up. You say, we live. Damn it, the 315 upstate New York is here as head usher. That's what's up. Listen, Oakland, California's in the house. Y'all get the thumbs up as we talk about around here. Please go and subscribe to the website, thewilliewilliamsshow.com. You may see some things over there that you may like. That's what's up. The Bronx, New York is in his bit. Say, what's up, Pastor? What's poppin'? Pastor say, let's get these 30 minutes of fire. That's what we finna do around here. If you'd like to see what we call the event video, click around to the Patreon, The Willie Williams Show. I need you looking, sharing, thumbs up, and we need to be over 500. That's what we try to do for every show. That is our goal. I appreciate y'all for helping me reach that goal in every show. That's what's up. If you also like to support, we got a PayPal link down in the description. We got dollar sign, top and bottom, Willie Williams Show. That's the Cash App, and we also have the Super Chat. Please don't go over $5. If you just so happen to use Super Chat, just don't go over $5. We don't know if we get that there. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is out here in these streets. We're trying to do the best. We can with what we got. And I appreciate y'all for joining the player one more again. Shout out to everybody who was on lunch break. Shout out to everybody who have to duck their supervisors and their bosses and all that stuff. And just don't get caught, just don't get rolled up, and don't get fired. Please don't. You got to continue to make your money, to take care of you and yourn. It's not that serious to be watching a player if it's going to cost you your job. But you can listen to a player. If you can't watch, you can always listen on Anchor and Spotify. Anchor and Spotify is the two podcast sites where we are every day for the midday show. That's what's up. Listen, let's go ahead on and get into it. We got a few things to run over. We got a lot of news out here. Say, if you're not following me on Instagram and Twitter, something wrong with you. You need to talk back to your parents. It's at the WW Show for both of them. Both of them, two dose. It's both of them. Y'all come on in, sit right on down. Let's go ahead on and I saw a few things, and I just got questions. I got a few questions, and a lot of questions I am going to ask. Say, Willie got the wildest, funniest chat on YouTube. Hey, yeah. They wild out here in these streets. Your president, my president, your president, our president done signed the bill, a law. Signed the law, the Emmett Till bill. An anti-lynching bill the other day, and they were celebrating it. I'm gonna let it play. That's what's up.
Lynching was pure terror to enforce the lie that not everyone belongs in America, not everyone is created equal. Terror to systematically undermine hard-fought civil rights. Terror, not just in the dark of the night, but in broad daylight. Innocent men, women, and children hung by nooses from trees. Racial hate isn't an old problem. It's a persistent problem. And I know many of the civil rights leaders here know, you heard me say it 100 times. Hate never goes away.
Nope.
It only hides. It hides under the rocks. Give it just a little bit of oxygen.
Just a little bit.
It comes roaring back out, screaming. What stops it? It's all of us, not a few. All of us have to stop it.
with the nice, soft, passive voice. He's so nice. That's what some say. Why would they have to sign that anyway? Yeah. I just got a question or two. Say, what a hate crime bill for black people. Uh-oh, watch out now. You asking good questions. Don't do that. You might get canceled. Please don't do that right there. Say, Willie, can you explain that? So that means that I have got lunch before the bill. Say got lunch before the bill. No. No, the anti-lynching, hang neck, like when we put chains around our neck, which is symbolizing lynching. A lot of times, that's how I take it. But, okay, all right. Dog, you people have been fighting for a long time to get this bill passed, to get an anti-lynching bill passed, the Emmett Till bill. And I just want to say, like in other videos, people are speaking. They're talking about it. They're talking about we've made great strides and all that. And I want to say, yeah, we made a lot of great strides and stuff. But did it really need a bill to be passed for lynching? I don't. Okay. So it wasn't a hate crime. Okay, but don't you still get like put in the penitentiary for hanging people? I don't know. Or is it lynching somebody get you under 10 years or something like that? I don't know. I don't know the punishment for lynching. I have no idea. None whatsoever. But I would assume if you lynching somebody, especially like in 2022, you at least gonna get life. Like that's what I would think. And I would be wrong. I could be wrong. Say, hey, Pastor Willie, say call it live while working. Remember, duck your supervisor. Don't let them see you. Keep your job. That's what's up. That's what's up. I just really don't. And what's not hateful about lynching? Which, see, that wouldn't killing somebody kind of symbolize hate anyway? Or wait. Not all killing symbolizes hate, because we know as we have domestic love relationships, and sometimes people don't want to kill. Sometimes they're forced to kill, so we can't say that it's all hate. But they put this bill up as if people is not getting a long time in prison. I don't know. Say no, they lynching people, and it's being called suicide. Uh-oh. So they killing themselves out here in the goddamn street, trying to put it on somebody else. Might be a good way to go sometime. Say it's a federal crime because some states don't consider lynching a hate crime, which is cool. I don't understand. I can see if you needed the bill passed to increase the time in jail if they was getting 3 to 5 years or something like that. But if they already, let's say, getting 20, 25 years, what is, I don't know. Is it better that they stay in multiple life sentences, or is 25 enough? Or I don't know. And is killing somebody, is shooting somebody worse than lynching? You still killed them. We would possibly say that lynching is more dramatic, or lynching is more, what's that word that they be using? Lynching, you suffer more with lynching. Is they saying that because people do suffer a lot when they get shot too? I just don't see. Or is the lynching bill going to stop people from lynching? I think that's really my question. Is it really going to stop people from hanging your ass up to a tree and letting you hang? I don't know. I really, really don't know. Because in my mind, we have laws about murdering people. We have these laws about murdering people. And guess what people still doing? Every day. We have murder 1, murder 2, murder 3. We have homicide. Well, I guess that's the same as murdering. But we have all of the. We have gun laws and people still using guns to kill people. So we're lynching, a lynching bill now. Okay, listen, if you lynch now, it's a hate crime. All right, go ahead on and put your ropes up. You don't want a hate crime charge. When in essence, the lynching would have already been a hate crime. Yeah, we got manslaughter charges and laws and stuff, but we still do that. Still got child support laws. People still have babies, but that's besides the point. But listen, if y'all doggy you folk think that it's a good thing, if you feel safe now, if this is like, oh my God, we made it now, if that's like the thought for you, you probably need to go talk to your daddy. You need to be educated on life. You really need to be taught to. Because if that make you feel good that a law has been passed about lynching, okay, they don't have to lynch. They can shoot you. And shooting you is not a hate crime. So if they really still want to kill you, if anybody still want to kill, get what gonna happen. They still gonna kill. It don't matter about no damn law. Oh my God, I thought we was adults. I thought we knew certain laws would not prevent anything from happening. And let me show you what I mean. Because I'm pretty sure that there is a law against neglect. Moving right along, look here. Ooh, we got a mother, huh? Oh, beautiful baby there. Shout out to Tanisha Jackson. They got you, baby. You and Tedrick Butler. Guess what they had done did? Here we go.
And her friend facing charges after police say her son shot him.
I said, and her friend. I thought it was at the beginning. Hold on, let's see it again.
A Westwood mother and her friend facing charges after police say her son shot himself with an AR-15. Thank you for
how your baby get an AR, sugar? Listen, shout out to Susan for the $7 cash app. I appreciate that right there. Shout out, hold on. Shout out to John for the $3 cash app. I appreciate you. Y'all to keep this party going. Here we go.
Joining us, I'm April Thompson.
Hey,
Alex
April.
Coleman, WREG's Quimitra Wilborn was there as both appear before a judge this morning.
Just moments before she was called to stand before Judge, Tanisha Jackson tearfully embraced her family outside the courtroom. She's charged with criminal negligent homicide in the death of her 3-year-old son.
Tanisha, do you have anything you want to say to family members?
With her family by her side.
You say, hell no. Y'all do know that they is walking in a court building with bunnies, bitch. Look at them.
Tanisha, do you have anything you want to say?
Beautiful babies out here in these streets. One of y'all got on all black. Well, it might be okay if we could see the pants. But that leopard shit, I know that don't go with nothing.
With her family by her side, Jackson walks out of 201 Poplar, released on her own recognizance. Memphis police say her 3-year-old son, Bryson Jackson, shot himself in the head with an AR-15 at their home on Tonawanda Cove Sunday. People living in the neighborhood say they were shocked to learn he was the young victim.
I see them playing all the time, riding up and down the street with their bikes and scooters. They seem happy.
Court documents say Jackson and her friend, Tedrick Butler, went to get food. Both her 3- and 4-year-old sons were left at the house with a family member. Police say she told them Butler left his AR-15 in her bedroom on a box covered with clothes. According to police, the family member was sleeping when he heard a gunshot. Reports say the 4-year-old told the family member his 3-year-old brother had been shot.
Just keep your guns up away from these kids. There's no need to have a loaded gun with children in the house.
I hate when people say that right there, but go
Police
ahead.
say Jackson rushed home, called police, and took her son to the hospital where he died.
Hope y'all heard
When
that.
police arrived, officers found shell casings, a backpack containing drugs, 2 AR-15 style pistols, and a gun that had been illegally converted to fully automatic.
Got to
Police
be
say the
more
guns
careful.
and backpack belonged to Butler, who admitted he tried to hide the weapons before police arrived. Butler is also charged with criminally negligent homicide, tampering with evidence, and drug and gun possession.
Y'all know all that they just said, all of those things is things that is on the book for being illegal and against the law. Guess what? He still did it though. Say, Willie, why is your shows only about black people? Say, love your shows though, just asking. Well, maybe you don't watch a lot. Maybe you don't watch a lot because it's not just about dog you folk.
Reporting from the Criminal
It's
Justice
not.
Center.
And hold on. And even if it was, do it change what is being spoke about? Do it change about the crimes and the deaths that we do against each other? Because in my mind, technically, that's supposed to be more important to you as a dog you person. Just in my mind. If it was, if it just were black folk, you have to ask yourself, why would I have so much black folk material? If it was just black folks now, I'm just saying, I got a hell of a lot of material for it to be just black folks, right? Shout out to Michael for the $4.99 super chat. What's happening? I appreciate that right there. Say, nope, just wonder. No, I put out what's out here. I don't make the news up. If it's more dog you people shit, tell the dog you people not to do the shit. And then we wouldn't have the footage. So, yeah, hope clear that up. Here we go.
Wilborn, WREG, News Channel 3.
Jackson is due back in court in 2 weeks. Butler is being held on a $200,000 bond and is due back in court next Wednesday.
Damn messed up buddy.
Oh, Westwood
Watch this.
mother-
But listen. Hold on. Let me tell you something else. Watch this. My audience, my crowd, don't really support lighter hue videos. In case y'all don't know how like YouTube work, you better be doing some shit that your people like to watch. You're not doing this shit for fun. This is work. So it don't make no sense for me to do a whole bunch of videos that has nothing to do with dog you folk. All you got to do is go back and look at people's numbers and see what they talk about. When they're not talking about dog you folk, your numbers is low. When we try to put out the information from other groups of people, y'all don't watch that shit like that. When y'all see the thumbnails, y'all keep on going. And how do I know? Why? We got this thing called analytics. So just in my mind, if I'm going to do 2,000 videos on dog hue people before I do one lighter hue, it is what it is. This is a business. I know it's entertainment to y'all. It's fun to y'all. We trying to pay bills around here, though. Gonna keep the party going. Y'all got to hear this again.
And her friend facing charges after police say her son shot himself with an AR-15.
Now you got to ask yourself, how long, how was like the length of the child to shoot himself with an AR? Because the trigger is down here, the barrel is up here. That happened, but go ahead.
Thank you for joining us. I'm April Thompson.
I'm Alex Coleman. WREG's Quimitra Wilborn was there as both appeared before a judge this morning.
Just moments before she was called to stand before a judge, Tynesha Jackson tearfully embraced her family outside the courtroom. She's charged with criminal negligent homicide in the death of her 3-year-old son.
Tynesha, do you have anything you want to say to family members?
With her family by her side.
You don't want to hear that shit, don't
Jackson
talk
walks out
nobody.
of-
Say he trying to say that white people do it too, a lame excuse. Listen, Listen, and again, watch this. If I just want to do black folks, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I hope that's clear. Here we go.
201 Poplar released on her own recognizance. Memphis police say her 3-year-old son,
I say the 4-year-old shot the 3-year. Now that make more sense to me. That make more sense to me than the 3-year-old finding and grabbing AR and shooting themselves.
Bryson Jackson shot himself in the head with an AR-15 at their home on Tonawanda Cove Sunday. People living in the neighborhood say they were shocked to learn he was the young victim.
I see them playing all the time, riding up and down the street with their bikes and scooters. They seem happy.
Court documents say Jackson and her friend, Tedrick Butler, went to get food.
Jackson and her friend. Listen, that's her player. I don't know why they call us friends and stuff like that. That is her significant other.
Both her 3- and 4-year-old sons were left at the house with a family member. Police say she told them Butler left his AR-15 in her bedroom on a box.
She told whoever was left at the house, he left his gun in the room on the counter, on the nightstand, under some damn clothes. I thought like in every home, apartment, scatter site, we got this thing called closets. We got this thing called top shelf in closets and shit. Why would he leave his gun on the nightstand?
Covered with clothes. According to police, the family member was sleeping when he heard a gunshot. Reports say the 4-year-old told the family member his 3-year-old brother had been shot.
Just keep your guns up away from these kids. There's no need to have a loaded gun with children in the house.
Let me stop you right there. Ask law enforcement, should you have a loaded gun in your house? I was told multiple times, just make sure you got one in the head. All time, pimp. What do you never had your house invaded. You never been ran up on. And so many people say that you should not have a loaded gun. You should have it in a gun safe. Do you know when people is telling you that shit that they're trying to get you killed? Clearwater, Florida is in the building. Pastor, what's happening? Shout out to Terrell for the $3 cash out. Say you don't have to explain shit. I'm trying to tell you, I was just being nice. Because because I'm nice. Until I'm not, but I'm nice. Some people need to understand that around here we really don't give a fuck about that racism and all that shit there. Oh, it's racism and all that. I don't give a fuck about all that. I don't talk about that shit. Every now and then we'll throw one in and, ooh, black people do it, so white people do it. I don't give a fuck about that. What's in the news? Bitch, I don't care nothing about the color. I don't care nothing about the goddamn color. Is it a hot story? Instead of that, that's all that I'm worried about. And if it just so happened to be one group of people, then fuck it. It is what it is. That's what's up. Move right along. But listen. We have been told that you should not have firearms, loaded firearms, in the house with your kids and or have them in safes and lock boxes. And I'm here to tell you, the people who've been telling you that shit for years, they're giving you wrong information. You do not have time. You don't have time, the majority of the time, to run to your lockbox. Use the combination or the key thing or the palm thing. Get your gun loaded up, cock it. Get you shot 10 times. See, but these are the people who was talking who have never been through shit. Say, Willie, you got all races in the chat and laugh. I'm trying to tell you, I don't know what people be thinking, but it is what it is. Everybody can get it, and everybody gonna get it.
Police say Jackson rushed home, called police, and took her son to the hospital where he died.
Some about this story sound real bad. Do y'all really understand that once she found out and she came home, she saw what transpired, she called the police. Remember, they said she called the police when she came home. But here's the problem.
Family member, his 3-year-old brother, had been covered with
Watch
clothes.
this.
According to police, the family member was sleeping when he heard a gunshot. Reports say the 4-year-old told the family member his 3-year-old brother had been shot.
The 4-year-old told family member, 3-year-old been shot. Watch it.
Just keep your guns up away from these kids. There's no need to have a loaded gun with children in the house.
Police say Jackson rushed home, called police, and took her son to the hospital where he died.
You heard that? So you mean to tell me that the family member who was told a 3-year-old child was shot with an AR, the first thing they did was call the mama. Instead of the first thing you're doing was calling the police. Because the mama had to call the police when she got home. That means that the police wasn't called before she got there.
When police arrived, officers found shell casings, a backpack containing drugs, 2 AR-15 style pistols, and a gun that had been illegally converted to fully automatic. Police say the guns and backpack belonged to Butler, who admitted he tried to hide the weapons before police arrived. Butler is also...
And that's why you got tampering with evidence. Like I taught y'all, or I spoke upon it a lot of times, that when the police have to do their job to find the evidence, that's tampering with evidence. If you move the evidence from where they think it should be, that's tampering, and that's a whole charge. As if you want to get caught with the weapons that you choose to use in the event of a crime. But that's what's up.
Charged with criminally negligent homicide, tampering with evidence, and drug and gun possession. Reporting from the Criminal Justice Center, Quamitra Wilborn, WREG, News Channel 3.
Jackson is due back in court in 2 weeks. Butler is being held on a $200,000 bond and is due back in court next Wednesday.
So when she got back to the house, you mean to tell me that they didn't take that book bag outside? Shout out to Lundy for the $2 super chat. Say, Willie, I keep mines on my nightstand next to me. I'm trying to tell you something. If you got children, if you ain't put the fear of God in them, they might get a hold of your phone. I'm just trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you, but you should never, ever, ever, and this is a safety alert, you should never, ever, ever leave your gun unattended around children. You should never leave a firearm in an area to where they can grab it, pick it up, use it, look at it, play with it. You need to keep it out of reach of children. That should be your #1 priority. But to tell people you shouldn't have a loaded gun, then what's the point of the gun? Y'all got to grow up. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Listen, shout out to Marcy for the $4 cash app. I appreciate that right there. We got to move it right along. Let me see what else I had, because I didn't want to do that. Oh, okay. We don't want to do that. We can take it to the A, though. We can take it to the A where the parents love their children. We're going to go right on over to the A. And listen. If you ever cannot watch the midday news, you can always watch it on listen to it on Anchor and Spotify. We really do appreciate that right there. I appreciate everybody for being here. Shout out to Michael McTowell for the $4.99 super chat. Say maybe Dog and Hugh folks should listen when Willie say, hush, bitch. Exactly. Trying to tell you something. I'm trying to help. That's really all I'm trying to do. Look here. Oh, shout out to Lundy for the $2 super chat. Say, preach, my dude. Say, they must know the rules. It's just some things that we just be lacking out here, which is okay. Say, Georgia's in the building. They say a public school officer done shot one of these good mamas.
This morning, Butler is facing charges after Atlanta Public School says a school resource officer shot her because she showed up to campus with a gun and refused to put it down. This is blurred video of that fight between two students outside Booker T. Washington High School on Wednesday. School officials say they called the mother of one of the students, and that's when she showed up waving her weapon. APS officers ordered her to drop it, and when they say she didn't, they shot her in the hand. APS police, APD, and now the GBI are involved to investigate.
I done played y'all the wrong video, but then I got the other one. Don't even worry about it, cause this is the one. Hold on. I am real quick. Shout out to Quick and Dude 09 for the $3.13 super chat. Say, do your thing your way, Pastor. Say, I love your show. I appreciate that right there, man. Hey. And hell, for the people who don't think I do enough other Hugh videos, hell, send them to me if they're interesting. We'll do it. Here we go again. The APS officer shoots a good parent.
And one of the parents jumped out the car with a gun and put it in me and my daughter's face and thought that was going to happen, and the man had to shoot him.
Our other top story tonight, a parent's fears coming true after a fight between Atlanta high school students turned into something much more dangerous. We're told one of the parents involved showed up to the school with a gun and ended up being shot by an Atlanta Public Schools officer.
So this is as the mayor of Atlanta and the police chief are pleading with everyone, just put those guns down and solve problems with words instead of gunfire.
Boy, that sounds so cute, don't it? We don't care nothing about that. Goddamn Shure jumping on my baby.
We have special live team coverage following this
11
latest shooting. We're going to begin with John Sherrick. He's live with the latest on the investigation at Booker T. Washington High School. John?
Yeah, John. Hey, John.
A violent, troublesome afternoon. Teens fighting each other outside after school. A mom of one of the teens shows up, and according to police, she has a gun, and an officer shoots and wounds her. We're blurring this video of the teens fighting outside Atlanta's Booker T. Washington High School right after school. Who started what? Police sorting through conflicting stories. And then minutes later, what happened as parents began to arrive, taking sides, arguing with each other. An Atlanta Public Schools police officer then opened fire on the mother of one of the teens. What did this mom at the fight see?
When I say with some beautiful, beautiful, handsome babies out here in the street, the 334 Montgomery, Alabama's in the building, say back from vacation, but not the resort. And lady, it feel good to be free, don't it?
One of the parents jumped out the car with a gun and put it in me and my daughter's face and thought that was going to happen, and the man had to shoot him.
An Atlanta Public Schools spokesperson.
I bet she's still getting some meat, though. Shout out to Aaron for the $1 cash app. I appreciate that right there.
Says the school's police officer shot the mom who pulled the gun, shot her in a hand because she refused to drop her gun. A cousin of one of the girls in the fight heard the officer say this.
Drop it, put it down.
Then he heard one shot.
He was trying to, control the situation.
But a woman who tells me she's the sister of the mom who was shot insists that another mom threatened her sister's child, and her sister did nothing wrong.
My sister has a licensed gun that's registered to her, so she pulled out because she felt threatened because you're saying that you're going to shoot her child that's only 15 years old. When she pulled her gun out, the officer told her put the gun down. Soon as she put the gun down, they shot her.
Now the GBI is investigating.
She must have been playing then, baby.
To sort out what led up to the school's police officer opening fire. The latest word we have is that the mom who was shot is going to be okay, and she is facing several charges.
Yummy
Police
tag.
officer shot the mom who pulled the gun, shot her in a hand because she refused to drop her gun. A cousin of one of the girls in the fight heard the officer say this.
Drop it, put it down.
Then he heard one shot.
He was trying to, control the situation.
But a woman who tells me she's the sister of the mom who was shot insists.
Said them yummy tattoo. Listen, shout out to Christopher for the $5 cash app. Say why they shoot her in the hand and not send a mask. They out here. Listen, they were doing target practice just to see if they can hit that baby, but not really hit that baby.
That another mom threatened her sister's child, and her sister did nothing wrong.
Did she threaten her as far as saying, I shoot shit at your baby with a gun in her hand? Or did she just say it and not have a gun in her hand, baby? If she said it and with a gun, then I kind of understand why you would pull the gun out.
My sister has a licensed gun that's
Yeah.
registered to her, so she pulled out because she felt threatened because you're saying that you're going to shoot her child that's only 15 years old.
We typically shouldn't be pulling guns out and not shooting because you're threatened. You should be pulling the gun out to shoot because you feel threatened. We got to stop playing with that pull out, don't shoot shit. I don't know where they do that at. I'm not brandishing no firearm, and I have not shot. This is not the game we playing out here in these streets, but obviously some people are.
When she pulled her gun out, the officer told her put the gun down. Soon as she put the gun down, they shot her.
She probably took too long, baby. Nah, shit. We're not gonna blame law enforcement for this one right here. Y'all brought y'all little hot ass out there to the school with guns and shit. Only one of you get shot. That should be a plus. Only one person got shot and nobody got killed. So it should be like a plus. Shout out to Ginger for the $5 cash out. Say, bitch got shot behind hers. Say, that's a good mom. I'm trying to tell you shit. She need to look at that as like a trophy thing or something. Like, baby, got that Tupac in you, baby. Oh.
Now the GBI is investigating.
Or is that Will Smith?
Sort out what led up to the school's police officer opening fire.
We don't know. I got all that right there.
And one of the parents jumped out the car with a gun and put it.
When I tell you, woo, babies, sugars, that's what's up. Y'all have made the news. Y'all done made it around here to the Willie Williams Show. We really do appreciate y'all for being out there, and you don't ever let nobody pull no gun on you and then think shit sweet.
And one of the parents jumped out the car with a gun and put it in me and my daughter's face and thought that was going to happen.
I don't know what thought that was going to happen, because if she pulled it out and put it in y'all face, it happened. Not thinking it was going to happen, she pulled the gun, and I don't understand.
And the man had to shoot her.
And the man, I guess she thought she was going to get away with nothing happening while pulling out the firearm. Maybe that's what she mean. I'm not sure. But listen, when officers tell y'all to put that goddamn gun down, do it immediately. Don't be procrastinating, because it's children around. And listen, if they shoot the person with the gun, watch this. If they shoot the person with the gun, even if you was trying to put the gun down, they is not going to be charged for shooting you with the gun when there's children around and you could have killed other children. Because one thing that they don't want to have to sit in court and hear is that you done fucked around and shot 3, 4, 5 people because they hesitated to shoot you. That's why possibly your ass got shot, because that officer been waiting to shoot some goddamn body. And that was perfect timing. You can always say it looked like you was fidgeting and shit, and your gun could have possibly went off and hurt one of these innocent children, one of these innocent bystanders. Just saying. Say Will Smith slapped somebody and he black. Really don't suppose to talk about it. Yeah, right. Shit, wild out here in the street. Moving right along, y'all. Y'all, we got to go down the line. There's a bam. Do I want to do that one? Cause shout out to all the parents, because we do got parents, and I don't know if y'all know that these type of things be going on, but a lot of times the same thing will happen in your district dealing with your children, and you might not get notified. A lot of times things are swept under the rug because it don't include your child, but pay attention.
Right now, there's an emergency recall on some school milk. This after several students in Camden got sick, were sent to the hospital, and Chris, this is quickly developing into a serious situation.
It is, Jason. We want to show you the brand. First and foremost, this is the Gaida brand, 1% low-fat milk.
If y'all children was drinking that right there, y'all got to throw that shit in garbage. If they bring it home throw it in the garbage. Got to be safe.
Cartons like these are being pulled from school cafeterias all over New Jersey tonight after dozens of kids went to the hospital.
There was something that went terribly wrong in the manufacturing process of this milk.
Skyfox over the Early Childhood Development Center in Camden this morning. Hazmat crews responding after 31 preschool students and a teacher drank milk tainted with a sanitizer.
31 people was down by some milk, some shit we as humans should not even be drinking, but do you. That's what's up. Shout out to Todd for the $2 cash out. Say if I pull mine out, it'll be the last thing you see. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't playing with mine.
Some reported vomiting. Across town, 15 more students were sent to the hospital after they drank the bad milk at the Twine Cream Early Childhood Center on Mulford Street.
based on the hazmat test, it turns out that it tested positive for basically what would be considered a non-toxic, digestible sanitizer.
They done put sanitizer in your churn milk. They been cleaning the milk machines and shit, and they ain't rinse it all the way out. You know how you wash dishes and you rinse the dishes off, but you don't rinse it all the way off, and there's still some soap on it and stuff, but you still put it inside the drain thing. That's how they did them folk and their milk.
All of the students were treated and released from area hospitals after exposure to what was identified as perioacetic sanitizer. Tonight, the New Jersey Department of Health issuing an emergency recall of any size or lot of any Guida brand milk. The county says no affected milk will be served to students until an investigation is finished.
There's got to be more careful. Y'all got to be safe out here. Even though you cannot protect your children 24 hours a day, we supposed to believe that we can. So you're only supposed to drink tidy milk.
Supposed to be protections.
Oh, my bad. I say tidy milk. Titty milk. That's what's up.
This doesn't happen. So we want to make sure we find out where the.
But a lot of people say that breastfeeding out in public is disgusting, and it's wrong, and it shouldn't be that. And they have laws on the books of where you cannot breastfeed your child because don't nobody want to see a titty. So they've stopped women from being able to feed their child out in public because you don't want to see a little titty. You people don't want to see a little titty. But we clapping for Emmett Till bill. When the number one thing that can be affecting your children is what you feed your child, which is powder milk and shit. I ain't protesting that. That's strange, but go ahead.
The failure was that this never happens again.
Now, all of the victims were treated and released from area hospitals. The Cherry Hill School District has also announced it's pulling Guida brand milk because of the similar situation. Although no one was sick there, they're doing it as a precaution. But the State Department of Health encouraging every school in New Jersey to do the same.
They're also pulling it because of similar situation that happened previously. Y'all know that there is no medical, there's no media on that previously happening. As far as I could see, because I did my research. Didn't I had them tell you some shit and slide right by you, and you don't know what's going on at your schools? There's a problem. So we got to be connected with the teachers and the principals and all that stuff right there. At least become down with somebody that they can possibly give you the insight of all the BS that goes on at the school, if there is BS at the school. We got to move it right along. Talk about that milk that we love so much. I can do another one, and then I can go on and get into. I listen. I know a lot of y'all chasing the bag. A lot of y'all getting the bag and stuff like that. And a lot of times you want to give back to the communities. You want to give back to your community. I don't know. I've said over the years, that if you're going to so-called give back, because a lot of y'all be feeling pressure to give back. What I'm giving back for? Damn it, the community didn't raise me. Well, the community did raise me, but not raise me. You know what I'm saying? But listen. You don't owe nobody shit for your success. Let me help y'all. You don't owe nobody anything for your success. You only got your success due to hard work. Nobody else put the time in that you put the time in to become successful. You don't owe nobody shit. Say, dog, you videos are the best commentary. I'm trying. Man, listen. All right. Say, just get it on the PTA. Easiest way to know what's going on in the school. Listen, a lot of y'all don't even know what a PTA is. PTA is where you go. Parent, teacher, something. Damn it. Parent, teacher, awareness or something. I done forgot what it was. Say, milk weakens the bones. It doesn't strengthen. As they told us, milk make the body good or some shit like that. It's strong bones. It give you strong bones, calcium and stuff. And then they came out and said, we were bullshitting. We were lying. We were lying. Be careful with this give back shit. I don't know why that falls on a lot of y'all hearts. Maybe because you have been pressured into or constantly told, when you make it, you got to give back to people. That's why we don't like certain millionaires and stuff, because they never come back to the hood. Motherfuckers were trying to get out the hood. What are we talking about? And if you and your underprivileged ass children is not working hard enough to get out of the hood, your bad. Can't we just say that? Because a lot of people who made it out of these upscale communities were underprivileged children. Children who was missing meals. Hell, children who didn't have internet. Now these underprivileged kids, they have the internet. So if your underprivileged ass children cannot get themselves out of the upscale communities, you fail as a parent. If you still in the upscale community over the age of 40 with children, you failed as a parent. Here we go. Let's see what transpired. A wife of a man gunned down is speaking out.
Actually, around this time, right behind me, when and where this happened tonight, those suspects remain on the run. This wife says they took the love of her life from her, and now she wants justice. 51-year-old Charles Dade and his wife Latasha had been married for 20 years.
They say a player 51. I don't see it nowhere.
My husband and I, that was my best friend, my soulmate. He loved to teach people how to turn their life around.
She's angry. Two men stole the life of her business partner and community activist who believed in people.
Our passion was we have a Montessori school. Even though this community where he got murdered is not the best of the area, we wanted to offer that to underprivileged children.
The community where he got murdered is not the best of the area, because at that time that she's doing the interview, she's being professional. We all know that she want to say the shit was in the hood. Now he dead though.
On South Derry Ashford Road at Richmond Avenue, Charles and his visiting older son, 29-year-old Daniel Boom Modicure, went to wash his truck at a car wash around 10 p.m. when Houston police say two men in ski masks attempted to rob them at gunpoint, eventually shooting the son in the leg and shooting and killing his father, Charles.
What is it that they wanted? Why would you rob them? Why? Cowards. If they would have asked, my husband would have gave it to him.
Daniel is still recovering. Latasha.
I have to be strong for my children. This is very hard for them.
Now,
I want justice.
Now she says they had multiple businesses together, that they were running together in order to create a legacy for their children. She's now having to deal with all of that. Houston police are asking anyone with information about this to give them a call. Reporting live from West Houston, Roseanne Aragon, KPRC 2 News. Yes, it was actually
a nice couple. Beautiful couple. Beautiful couple. Now the husband done lost his life behind somebody out in these streets playing. They have multiple businesses. They're trying to build a legacy for the children. And being back in these places, that's in upscale communities, was the problem. Say, well, I can solve this crime. Yep. Say insurance, time to cash out. And because they have multiple businesses, in my mind, I want to say that they was a couple in the family who had insurance. I want to say that. Sometimes we can look like it, but a lot of times we don't be having that goddamn insurance. But I'm just saying, I think that they would have insurance. A husband and a wife. a husband and a wife together, a unit. You don't have to be married. You can still be a husband and a wife without signing the papers. Your long-term partner. Your bestie. But because we want to have this over here in these areas, which a lot of times we saw a lot of videos to where people go back to their community or back in the community to do rec centers and shit. We need more rec centers and shit. No, they need their damn daddies. Want to be community activists and shit? No, they need their daddies in the community. I guarantee you that that family is now saying, I don't mess with people like that no more. I ain't giving back shit. I guarantee you when his children grow up, none of them will want to or have the desire to give back to an upscale community. I can almost guarantee that. Sad story, but we got to move it on. Listen, let's go on and get into the main event. Okay. They say that young girls, suicide rates have increased. A lot of y'all got daughters, and a lot of y'all are really not paying attention to your children. That's why they are being bullied. That's why they feel like they have to weigh a certain weight. They have to dress a certain way. They have to speak a certain way. They have to be a part of different things because of their peers. But us as parents, we're typically working, and us as parents is typically, the majority is raised by single mothers. So for all the single mothers that work jobs, some of y'all work 2 jobs. But a lot of the single mothers actually have jobs and they can't be home with the children. A lot of us have jobs, and because of social media, we really allow the internet to raise the children. The internet and or the TV. We don't sit down and have dinners. We don't have, put your phone down, let's talk about today. We don't. For the most part, like, we really don't. Because especially being a single parent, it's the most difficult parenting, in case y'all don't know. It's the most difficult parenting because you really can't watch your kids. That's why, especially fellas, it's good that we run across a chick who ain't got their dad in the house. Because we know if you got the type of mama that is a single mama and that works, oh, we got some time to smash. We know that you, at a certain point in time, you going to be home by yourself. At least 4 to 5 days a week. That we come around, smoke with you, drink, kick it, hunch with you, and everything. Because why? You being raised by a single mother. When there's 2 people in the household, and let's just say when both don't have to work, if someone can stay home and raise the children and all that fly stuff right there, that's damn near the best situation that you want to have, because you get to know your children better than anyone. You get to know, I'm talking about everything about your child, because you're always home. You get to spend way more time with your children. Your children don't have to go to daycare. But in the teenage years, you really get to spend time with your child, especially your daughters. But because this does not happen, for the most part, the youths is taking their own lives. Here we go.
So tough for so many of us. But now a troubling trend is in the spotlight.
It's a trend. CDC says mental health emergency room visits for young girls trying to kill themselves jumped by 50%. CBS 46's investigative reporter Crystal Bowie takes a closer look at the issue.
And shout out to Donna for the $20 cash app. I appreciate you.
She was a sweet little girl. Basically been an angel to us from the time that she came on this earth. Gentle spirit, kind spirit, hard worker.
Kyla Dennis was Nelson Golden Middle School's track star and an academic powerhouse. She danced, she goofed around, and she loved taking selfies.
This year is actually the year that she would have graduated high school.
One afternoon, the mom of 5 got the worst call she could imagine. Kyla was dead. The 13-year-old killed herself.
I would love to have known what she was dealing with and how it affected her, so that if we could get some sort of help, like I said, if it was just another day, another week, I would have loved to have her in my life that much longer.
Pamela Dennis isn't the only mother facing this pain. Numbers from the Georgia Department of Public Health shows a growing problem.
Anxiety's gone up, depression has gone up, just mental health as a whole has been affected.
More and more adolescent girls are attempting to take their own lives. That number reaching a 6-year high during the height of the pandemic. In 2020, 1.3% of emergency room visits in Georgia for 10 to 14-year-old girls were girls trying to kill themselves. For girls between 15 to 17 years old, it's 1.8%. That's compared to 0.8% for boys between 10 and 14 years old and 1.4% for 15 to 17-year-old boys.
Y'all paying attention to your screen? Y'all see them numbers? From 10 to 14, they killing themselves. 10 to 14, they killing themselves at a high rate. 15 to 17 at a high rate. And they say that is less than the young boys. You know what I did not find? I did not find a program or a media show that says young boys attempting to kill themselves, whether it's at a higher rate or a lower rate. I didn't see a video stating that young boys is attempting to kill themselves. That just further goes to show that they care more about females than males. I hope y'all players really understand this right here. Because you do understand that men in general kill themselves way more than women. Do y'all know that there's no outcry for men committing suicide? I mean for going through with it and completing the mission, not attempting. There's no outcry for men. Shout out to the 843 is in the building. Say outstanding live. Pastor Willie, respect. I appreciate that right there. Yes, I do. Listen to what they say now.
By nature, girls are way more social beings than boys. It's just that social isolation in and of itself, not being able to explore in a safe space who they are and what this puberty and teenage years mean and where they want to go with their life.
I'm going to back that up. They say because the increase happened during the pandemic. And she say boys is less what? Less what? Hold on.
Boys between 10 and 14 years old and 1.4% for 15 to 17-year-old boys.
By nature, girls are way more social beings than boys.
Girls are way more social beings than boys. I can agree. I can't agree with that because y'all be catty and shit, be like to talk and gossip and shit like that. So yeah, I can agree with that right there.
It's just that social isolation in and of itself.
The social isolation in and out itself was a big factor in the youth committing suicide, attempting suicide.
Not being able to explore in a safe space.
Not being able to explore in a safe space, I don't know what that means. Being able to explore What does the explore mean when the pandemic happened? We were just told that we had to sit at home. What do you mean explore in a safe place? If the pandemic wasn't going on and people ages to 14 was not in the pandemic, what were they exploring in safe places then? I don't understand what that means. Can somebody educate me? What do you mean explore? Is we talking about hunching? Is that what we talking about with exploration? I have no idea, but she said it, so we keep it going. Keep it going.
They are, and what this puberty and teenage years mean, and where they want to go with their life.
Yeah, but it was just for a minute, though. Well, it lasted over a year, but it was like basically like a minute. You know, when we say it's just a minute, it's like typically longer than that. But yeah, it's. It shut the country down and people went to committing suicide. Well, attempting suicide at a higher rate. The people who don't have bills. I want y'all to really understand this. The people who don't have bills. The people who don't have providers' anxiety. The people who really don't have to deal with the grown folk stuff. Say you selling out if you don't give back. Yep. I done sold out like a motherfucker. You would not force me to have to give back. I'm going to do some shit because I want to do some shit. But I'm not pressured. No way to give back to a community that I used to be in 30 years ago. The fuck? But anyway, say get your children off of social media. But listen. When the pandemic happened, that's really all people had. Imagine if they didn't have social media. The numbers would be astronomical. Big word. I hear nigga out there street. The numbers would have been so high amongst adults. I promise you.
State health officials know this is a problem, even coming up with new state programs focused on preventing young girls from killing themselves.
Look. Watch this. The rise of attempted suicide happened during the pandemic. The rise of young girls during the pandemic. So that kind of lets me know that the suicide rate amongst boys was actually higher than girls. They have a Be Kind to Your Mind Girl Summit for girls. Even though at a 1.3 and a 1. At a 0.8 and a 1.3 or a 1.4 for the boys, it's still too high. They don't have a boys summit. Again, it goes right back to what about the boys though? And then hold on. And then I have to put that type of pressure on the men. But the sad part is, the boys who committing the suicide rates, the boys who are attempting suicides, they are majority raised by single mothers. So it still should be a mother problem. This still should be the problem for males and females to point out that these boys been attempting suicide way before the numbers came up for the girls. And y'all ain't had no summits and shit. I'm confused.
We cannot be dismissive.
Dennis believes there is still hope that these numbers can change, but only through having tough conversations.
And the one question that people don't like to ask is, do you want to kill yourself?
That's a perfect question. Do you feel like taking your own life? And you should not ask in a way that forces a child to automatically say no. Because that's what, like a lot of y'all parents talk to your children like that, to where they answer the way that they want, that they believe that you want them to answer, which is typically not the right answer.
It's okay to speak about it. We just have to have the conversation. We have to break the stigma.
Talk about it to save lives in Kyla's honor and to make sure no one ever thinks death is the answer.
Let me explain something to a whole bunch of y'all. She said to make sure that no one thinks death is the answer. What a lot of people really don't understand, a lot of times death is the answer because you don't think it is the answer. To that person who's attempting suicide or to the people who have committed suicide, a lot of them believe that it was the answer, and truly to them, a lot of them, it is the answer. But now with children, you can kind of talk them more down off the edge because they don't know a lot of shit. Shout out to Passion for the $2 cash app. Say sneaking, watching you in the car at work, Pastor. Remember, watch 23-6-9 and make sure your supervisor is not walking around trying to be nosy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate that right there.
No matter what's going on, no matter how difficult you think it is, your life does matter. I honestly believe that if she was still here with us, that she would have gone on to do great things.
If you or someone you know needs help, you can contact the National Suicide Hotline. That number is on your screen right now, and there's someone available to help 24 hours per day. Kyla's legacy is now being carried in the Kyla and Dennis Memorial Foundation. We'll post all of this information. Go to cbs46.com.
Still ahead using football.
Let me back this number up.
That she would have gone on to do great things.
If you or someone you know needs help.
If you listen, this is the suicide prevention hotline. If you don't, write this number down. If you don't remember the number, you can always Google it. And if worse comes to worse, like typically you shouldn't use 911 for everything. But in the case of you really want to leave Earth, call 911. If you don't remember no other number, call 911 and they will get you in contact with the people that you need to be in contact with. They can possibly talk you down. They can get you to the help or get somebody to get around where you at to have a sit down talk with you. Whether you believe it or not, whether y'all believe it or not, there's a whole bunch of people ready to leave Earth. And me personally, I think that you should leave Earth whenever you get ready. Because for some reason, we have been told that living is the greatest thing. Shout out to Lundy for the $2 super chat. Say hit them likes. People say he teaching us some shit. I'm trying. There's a lot of people who walk through every day, who go through and they find a reason to not leave Earth. There's some people who is waiting for the right time to leave Earth. And if you is one who is an adult and you got family and all that stuff and you is contemplating leaving Earth, try to get you some help, try to talk to somebody. But one of the best things to do is just make sure that you have had life insurance for over 2 years, that you've been paying on your policy for over 2 years. I know people may think, oh, Willie, you shouldn't say that. Willie, you take it as a joke. No, because your people, they still got to bury you. Your people, they still got to suffer. A lot of people really think that life insurance is mostly about the money, but it's not. I know that's what you think because they finna cut the check. You can stay out of work longer when you got that check. You could actually grieve without worrying about paying bills. You'll still have to go online to pay your bills and pay them through your app and your auto pays and stuff like that right there. But as far as getting up, working, dealing with people, driving in traffic, sitting in traffic, going through your depressive state because you've lost someone, that check make it 100 times easier to focus on the issue. No. You say they don't pay out on life insurance when it's suicide. It had to be almost 1.5 years to 2 years ago to where I pulled out one of my life insurance policies, and I read it. That's why I just pointed out. At least have your life insurance paid up for 2 years. As long as it's paid up for 2 years, and I think that was Globe Life. As long as you paid up for 2 years and you commit suicide, they will pay out. I read it live, and I'm going to find it again one of these days, and I'm going to read it live again. Oh, yeah. Every company is different. That's why we got to read the policies. You must read the policies. And listen, I know. A lot of us will I would never kill myself, and I would never want to kill myself. Listen, just make sure that you get a policy that covers you if one day you decide to leave Earth. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. So, the children is attempting to leave Earth because a lot of times, because of social media, a lot of times they is feeling bullied, which I still don't understand. How the fuck is you bullied online when you can cut it off? I have no idea how that works, but I guess you can bully people. I don't understand, but maybe I need to try to understand. Because if you cuss me out on Twitter, I could just close Twitter. And then if I want to, everybody who went off on me on Twitter, I can go back and block them. I can just go down the line and just block everybody. If it was that serious. So I really don't understand. A lot of times these kids, they think that they're ugly, and a lot of them are ugly. So how do you help ugly children? I know you laughing right now. Oh, Willie call them children ugly. There's a whole bunch of y'all children ugly. Just saying. Being uncute. Hell, being told that you're uncute. Being called fat and bad body and all this shit. For a young person, that's a killer right there. Shout out to Sosa for the $1.99 super chat. Say new generation soft as hell. Say I'm in my folder. I'm trying to listen back in our day when we were coming up. People wasn't committing the youth wasn't committing suicide the way that they is attempting suicide now. And they have more information. Sometimes we can have an information overload. Sometimes too much information is a bad thing. And just a lot of times, self-esteem plays a big issue. A lot of times, the children is being assaulted. Children is being touched, molested, and the R word. Mama ain't got time for them. Dad ain't got time. And I'm talking about you people that work. You people that's in the house with your children, you don't have time for your children because you have to work. Because we didn't set up a plan for all of us who falls under, man, I got to work though. For all of us who fall up under that, did not plan to have children. I'm going to leave it right there. We did not plan to have children. If we have to sit back and say, but I got to work. I would love to spend more time with you, but I got to work. We ain't planning the shit out. We know children after 5 will go to elementary school. We know they have days to where the parents can come out and for the May days and the parades and stuff like that. And they have events to where the parents should come out there and see about the kids and be a part of their children's lives. We know that they're going to go through middle school and they're going to have, they have field trips where you good parents can be chaperoning. We know this is going to happen throughout their 13 to 15 years of school. We know this. And we still, but I gotta work though. That's because we ain't put up enough paper. We did not set up a plan to not have to work so much to where we can have the time to do the things with our children. If both parents can't do it, at least one need to be able to do it. Need to spend as much time with the child as possible. And I do get, we gotta work though. But some of us don't have to work as hard because we did do at least a little planning. And the best planning was, we gonna stay together as baby mamas and baby daddies. The best plan is, okay, I am gonna work while you stay home and raise the child, at least for the first 3 to 5 years. Because we done saved up this paper the way you don't gotta go back to the job. But we choose to, well, I have to say females choose to produce babies because they want to, not because it's the best situation to produce a child in. Because it's a selfish thing. Any woman on the planet who have a child is selfish. Let me explain to you why it is selfish real quick, and I'm going to let y'all go. It's selfish because we got bad air. The air is bad. The food is bad. We have all type of diseases and viruses. We have all type of sicknesses. We have too many lies that has been put on people. And for the biggest reason why it's real selfish, you created someone to die. That's selfish. You know your child is going to die. You was just hoping that your child don't die before you. It's a hope thing. One thing about life, it don't give a damn about your life. So just in my mind, we at least need to set up the best possible situation for the children to be born in. Just in my mind. But because it's 100% on the females who produce a child, y'all choosing to have children in a failing situation. I don't care how good your degree is, and I don't care if you got you some money. Doing that shit on your own and keeping your degree, knowing you're going to have to go back to work, you put your child in a real bad situation. Because now, once you're back at work, you can't spend time with the child. You can't protect the child. The child got to go to daycare. Why? Because you got to get back to your fabulous career way before the child can take care of itself. You're not just working 40 hours on a good career. You're doing 60 plus on a good career. You're doing 60 plus. So just keep doing what you're doing. You don't care about your kids? Fuck them children. I don't care about them neither. Just be on the lookout for the increase in attempting suicide. If you have not talked to your children, now is the time to talk to your children, because maybe you did not know that this was a thing and this is something that's actually going on. So since now we know, we can't say, oh, I didn't know that the youth was trying to commit a whole bunch of suicide and leave Earth and all of that. Now you know. We don't have to make that excuse anymore. Because the worst thing, well, one of the worst things that you would want to know, that your child left Earth because they wanted to leave Earth. That's really a phone call that you don't want to get. That's really something that you don't want to walk in your children's room and see them hanging. That's something that you really don't want to. Because then you spend the rest of your life blaming yourself. Why didn't I see the signs? Why didn't I know what was going on? And I'm going to tell you why you didn't know and why you didn't see the signs, because you're working 60 plus hours. You're working 50 plus hours. It don't matter. You're the only damn parent most of the time. We is more interested in what's going on our phones than what's going on with our children. I promise you that. And that's what makes us good parents. Y'all listen, I'm finna go ahead on and get on up out of here. I sure enough appreciate y'all for hanging with a player. I really didn't mean to get deep, but that is what it is. The children need help out here. And we good parents and we supposed to help and all that fly stuff right there. Shout out to Johnny for the $3 cash app. I appreciate that. Listen, I appreciate y'all for joining me for the midday news. We're going to go ahead and get on up out of here. Again. Please remember, go around to the WillieWilliamsShow.com. Subscribe to the website. If you would like to support a player, please click on the gear link. Pick up some merch. Pick up something for you and the people that you love in your life. If you would like to see what we call the event video, please go around to the Patreon, The Willie Williams Show. The link is down there in the description, and that's to watch videos that became put up on YouTube out here in these streets. Thank y'all for looking, sharing, thumbs upping. We didn't even much get close, but I ain't crying about it no more because it's just videos that I would not talk about. I just keep stretching them out. That's what's up. I'm not putting in all this goddamn work and people not supporting the player. I'm just saying something. I appreciate the support that I do get, though. I promise you that right there. Shout out to all the PayPals, the Cash App, the Super Chats, and remember, if you cannot watch the midday news and you can only listen, please go around to Anchor and Spotify. If you're not following me on IG and Twitter, at the WW Show. I appreciate y'all for rocking with a player. Y'all come on back at 8 o'clock tonight and we'll set it off one more again. I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy.